Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Shaunalee, and this is my steady limb to retirement. So I'm getting ready for my trip to Italy to go walk the Camino, which is the Via Francigena. I can never say that word, Via Francigena. Anyway, I'm meeting my girlfriend there this coming fall. And for that, I wanted to get ready a little bit. I wanted to get a little bit more prepared for it. And so by that, I mean, I want my hip to be a little bit more prepared. As I've shared before, I have severe hip arthritis, and I want to make sure that I'm giving my hip the very best possible outcome it possibly can on this trip. So I want to do this fast in order to cut down on a lot of inflammation. And for that, to kickstart off that fast, I started it yesterday at 4:30, and it's been 24 hours and it's 4:56 right now, the next day. And this fast is going to be a little bit different. I am going to be doing a cup of bone broth, organic bone broth that I make, as well as water and some salt and some lemon juice and that kind of thing. That's going to be basically all I'm having over the next five days. And I will give you the results of that as I go. So today I weighed myself after the first 24 hours and I'm at 140.6. And I will continue to update you on that. I'm going to share my recipe with you for my bone broth that I make from scratch. And as I said, I'm going to have a cup of that at the same time, probably around this time every day, around 5 o'clock, as well as one other one other item that I have every morning is a dose of omega-3, which is about a teaspoon of this every morning, just to make sure that I have some of those extra nutrients in. And that's it. So thank you again for joining me. We're going to get started with making this bone broth. Thank you. Well, hello. Welcome back to my 48-hour mark for my fast. I know that I'm doing it a little bit differently than everybody else is. I really find that I need a little bit of something. So I have 1 cup of a bone broth or a chicken broth or something like that for a 5-day period every week, as well as lemon water and some salt and a little bit of the omega-3s that I was telling you about. And today, as promised, I'm going to go over the recipe for my chicken stock, and I'm going to make that today. I have a little bit of stock left that I'm having right now. Here it is right here. And it's very tasty. So this is all I'm having tonight. So right now it's about 5:30. As yesterday, as I told you, I was 140.6 pounds, and today I believe I'm 139.7. So I'll put the pictures of those somewhere around here so that you can take a look at those. But so far today, I feel really good. You know, for me, the inflammation goes away quickly. At least I feel it. Like even when I wake up in the morning, you can feel that you're not so bloated and you're not as thick around the midsection here. So I really noticed that difference. My leg did not hurt at all today, which is fantastic. So I'm really excited about that. And like I said, when I'm walking on the Camino, I want to have all the help that I can possibly get. Let me get right into my recipe for my stock, for my chicken stock that I use. So inside this stock pan, I have some butter, some tallow, and some olive oil. So this is the tallow that I use. This is the olive oil that I use, and I get those both from Costco, as well as I use a little bit of Bragg's apple cider vinegar to try to pull out some of the nutrients from these chicken bones. I use a Baja sea salt, and I use whole peppercorns. So I will add, and I'm not going to add very much salt to it because I like to control the salt. I will put a little bit of salt in with the vegetables. So in my vegetables, I have some rough chopped up carrots and celery. I have those ready to go. You don't need to see me chopping some onions. And I had 1 big zucchini from my garden that I wanted to kind of just use up. I didn't want it to go to waste. So I thought, you know what, I'll just put it in the stock. And sometimes I do that. I put a few different things in the stock, but I find that, you know what, it's nice to have a little bit of variety. And the chicken that I have is some organic chicken feet and chicken parts that I use. And they're raw. They haven't been frozen. So I'm going to use those, and they've been cleaned. Everything's been washed and cleaned, and I'm set to go. So I will probably just time lapse this as it goes for you, so you don't have to sit around and watch me do it. But I will get that going for you, and you can see the recipe as I go along. Okay, so my tallow and my butter and the oil are nice and hot. I'm going to add the carrots and celery into here, as well as the onions and zucchini. I just put it all in. I'm not interested in hanging around and waiting to put things in as they go along. It's gonna like end up being together anyway, so I'm gonna let this kind of saute a little bit in the bottom of the pan. Make sure that all the vegetables are well coated with that fat that's in there. As well, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and my peppercorns while I'm waiting. I love the salt. You know, everybody talks about the microplastics. From my understanding, I think this one is actually probably not a very good one, but I don't know. I like it. It's got nice flakiness to it. Tasty. And it is very tasty. Next in goes the peppercorns. I put quite a bit of peppercorn in there. I like a lot of pepper. Now I noticed that you didn't get a really good look at the chicken feet, but I've got some really nice like chicken feet. They're great for the collagen. I'm excited about that because that's basically the one thing that I really try to get a lot of is collagen in my diet. And when it solidifies and it becomes its own gelatin, then you know you got the good stuff. Just having a little bit of my bone broth while I'm waiting for the vegetables to saute. I just want to tell you that I'm really super excited about this trip to go. And it's been a while that I'm going, and I really don't want anything to happen to my leg. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit scared, because I have to work on it every day. Like I do some kind of form of exercise to really sort of push my leg every day. But I don't, like I said, I don't want anything to happen to it. I was told that I had severe hip arthritis, and it scared me for a good long time. I was told just over 2.5 years ago that I was going to have a hip replacement. And you know, that whipped me into shape right away. Like my thought was I was going to do whatever I was going to do to stop that from happening. I do not want to have a hip replacement. And I want all my parts my whole way through life. So I'll keep you posted on that. I did end up getting some water ready to go, and I have all the chicken inside, so it is ready. And to be honest with you, I should really use filter water. I know, I get it, but I'm not using it. I'm just reusing tap water. Sometimes you got to pick your battles. Okay, so it's been about, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes maybe since I put this in. I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken because I want to get this going. I'm going to probably end up cooking this until, like I said, it's 20 to 6 now. So probably midnight, I'm going to say. I'll probably leave it going till midnight. And I'm going to put all the chicken in. And this obviously cooks down. And I add more water as I go to make sure that I I try to get as much stock as I can. I'm going to add enough water to kind of fill to maybe about this far up to the bottom of the pan. Might do one more. That'll give us a lot of stock. And I like to freeze it. So this will get me stock for the rest of the week for my fast, as well as stuff to freeze and use at a later date. Now I also add some apple cider vinegar to it, just to pull out some of those other minerals. I'm going to let that come to a boil. Give it a good stir. And then just let her go. And then I periodically add water to it if things are going down, but that's it. So I'm going to cover it slightly, let it bring to a boil. We'll tell you how it goes at the end of the evening when it's all done. You know, for me, it's really not about the weight. It really is about the inflammation. And I think that American diet, well, I'm Canadian, but they say it's the standard American diet. Everything is geared to sugar. Everything has sugar in it. Like starch is sugar, pasta is sugar, bread's sugar. Like everything is some form of sugar. Over the last couple of years, I've really strived to not eat very much sugar, like anything like, I try to only eat foods with basically one ingredient in it, and I only put foods together that contain one ingredient. I can't even tell you the last time I had a piece of bread. Can't tell you the last time I had pasta. I had lost, when I was really concerned about my hip, I had lost another 20 pounds less than I am right now. And as much as I love what I look like, I looked too thin. I think my goal weight that I can actually keep up is probably around 135. I have a cottage, as you know, and sometimes when you go there, you kind of splash out a little bit. And I have to rein that in because, as I said, this fall I'm heading to Italy to go on Via Frenziana walk. So I will, this is almost ready to go. I do a little skimming of this, and I'll give you a couple of little clips in between of me adding water, and I'll go through the rest of the evening, and we'll touch base again tomorrow. See you tomorrow. So I'm about 2 hours in. I'm going to give it another stir. It's gone down probably, I'm going to say, an inch maybe or two of the water. So I'm going to top it up a little bit. Okay, so we have about another hour and a half. I think that's gone by just after 9. Just giving it a quick stir. Everything looks like it's broken up pretty good. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Bring it back up to that fill line. And let it go. So we probably have another, I'm going to say 3. I think I might do it for another 2.5 or 3 hours. Okay, so it's about 11 o'clock. And I think that I'm going to hit the hay. So I'm going to leave this on the stove overnight. You know what? I'm not going to add any more water to it. And it's looking pretty good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat off. And I'm just going to let it sit overnight and cool down overnight on its own. And then in the morning, I'm going to show you how I strain it and store it away. I think it's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with the consistency. It's got a nice aroma. There wasn't a lot of skimming that I had to do on here, which is really nice. And tomorrow I will drain her up. We'll find out what it's like. I'm going to turn the heat off now. We're going to let that sit overnight, and we'll show you what it looks like in the morning. All right. Good night. Okay, so the next morning, I got up in the middle of the night, and this was still like at 2:30 hot, and it's still warm now. So man, it was really holding its heat. Anyway, so I'm gonna get going on this, and I'm gonna strain it. All I do for that is I have a really nice sieve strainer, and then I make it so that it's a little bit easier for me. What I like to do is use something to just gather most of it out with and get most of the juice out of it, so I don't have to do much straining. And then I put it through that sieve and I let that sieve go for a while. So I'll show you how I do that. And here we go. I'm going to bring this closer to the sink just in case I spill a little. You know, I've got a lot in here. I bet you that I'll be able to bet you I'll get like at least maybe 4 or 5 really large containers full, which is fantastic. At the store, I go to an organic farm kind of store where I live here in Ontario, and one mason jar, that size of mason jar, is $18 for homemade chicken stock. I think it's absolutely ridiculous when you can just make it yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong, the organic meat is a little expensive. I mean, you have to get some vegetables. It's not a big deal, but I tell you, it's certainly more economical and better in my opinion. So I just want to show you how clear this is, this broth. That's amazing. Oh, and it smells delicious. So these are some of the containers that I use. And then I just use this to transfer it over. And that's about it. So I'm going to let those finish up cooling all the way and put them in the fridge for the day. And I'll speak to you tonight. It's about 8:10 this morning. And then I'll speak to you about 5 o'clock to tell you how my, after the 72-hour mark is. All right? We'll talk to you later. I just want to show you this stock that I made. It's absolutely amazing. It's very gelatinous, as you can see inside. So I'm going to heat some up and see what it tastes like. But considering how it smelt this morning, it was amazing. Well, I'm at the 72-hour mark. I'm going to give you my update on my weight. So this morning I got up and I weighed myself and I was 137.9. And then I just went to go weigh myself for the actual 72-hour mark. I ended up being 138.3. What happened? All I had was water. Anyway, this isn't about weight. I'm trying to get rid of the inflammation, as I told you. So I just wanted to kind of go over a couple of things just briefly. I'm feeling great. I have a lot more clarity. I'm having conversations with people and not forgetting my words. I feel good. I could maybe snow you and tell you that I'm hungry, but I'm not. I don't really get that hungry on these fasts. Like, I can really go the full stretch to 5 days and probably be pretty good. But I'm going to see how I feel. And if I can stretch this to 7 days, I will, because of how good it makes me feel after I'm done. I know it's tough and you have to really put your mind to it, but I think it's going to be extremely beneficial to that thing, my hip. So we will come back tomorrow and I will tell you what happens on hour 96. See you tomorrow. Okay, so this chicken broth is delicious. I really can't believe it. It was extremely gelatinous, like as I showed you in the jar. When I poured it in the cup, it was really thick and it kind of like chunked in. I put a little bit of salt and pepper in it because I like a little bit extra. I didn't put a lot of salt, as you recall, in the stock. So it's really tasty. I'm just gonna have another little taste. Really good, smooth. That was probably one of the best ones that I think that I've ever made because the liquid was quite clear. And sometimes I find it hard to get your liquid clear when you're making a broth, but I must be getting better at it. Oh, hello. So it is day 4. Like, so 48, 48 and 48 is 96. 96 hours right now. And this morning I woke up and I weighed myself and I was 135.1 pounds. So, like, in one day, like, that's almost 2.5 pounds. Crazy. I didn't even weigh myself now because I actually didn't even believe it. Like, I'll see what I am tomorrow, but um I was a little tired this morning and I was a little bit hungry, to be honest with you. I'm hoping that that's going to pass because I have one more day. I'm going to go till tomorrow at 4:30. But I do feel like a less pain and like more ability to move around. Like, it does feel really good, like my body anyway. Although, like I said, I am a little hungry. I was a little bit tired today. I took some vitamins and stuff like that, so it kind of perked me up a little bit. But I'll see what happens for tomorrow. Also, I wanted to talk to you about a really important component, and some people, it might be a hard subject to talk about, but I needed to. I mean, as you go, you don't have regular bowel movements when you're having a fast, right? So I did end up having a bit of an enema today. I did, like, it's like a syringe enema, probably about like yay big, and it has just a little kind of a thin tube that you use with it with warm water. And I did a series of those this morning just to kind of flush some things out of your system, some toxins and whatnot. And it was a satisfying result. So hopefully tomorrow, once the fast is over, I think after today, I was thinking that I might go an extra 2 days, but I think by tomorrow I'm probably going to be good, and I may break the fast with some sauerkraut and maybe some eggs and maybe a little bit of papaya. I might do that. But anyway, I'll keep you posted for tomorrow and tell you what the results are for the week, and I'll go over any other details that might come up over the next 24 hours. See you soon. Well, let me tell you how fast 5 days goes. Man, I tell you, I'm really looking forward to having something to eat. And today, of all days, I had meant to pack my scale, and I left it at home, so I can't even weigh myself. But I can tell the difference, like in my midsection, like really great. I feel a lot better. I'm looking forward to having something to eat. I think that I'm going to have some eggs, a couple of eggs in about maybe 20 minutes. And I will have some sauerkraut with it. And I'll have a little bit of tea and I'll just kind of see how I feel. Maybe a little bit later, I'm going to have a few nuts. We'll see how that goes. If you're in the senior range and you're thinking that maybe you have some inflammation that you want to get rid of, I tell you, you should try fast because it does really make you feel good. It gives you a little bit more clarity in your mind. Your body goes into cleanup mode, and I think it's probably a good thing for everybody, really. I went for a long walk this morning. I did my regular workout routine this morning, And, you know, I wasn't as tired as I was yesterday for sure. So if this is something that interests you and you have a comment or you have any questions, please ask me. I probably will actually have another cup of that chicken broth that I made because it's good for me. And if there's any way you'd like to like or subscribe, I'd certainly appreciate it if you would. This is my video probably number 3 or 4 that I'm doing for the YouTube challenge. My YouTube challenge of me trying to get to 4,000 watch hours instead of the 8,000 watch hours that's going to happen February the 1st, 2027. I will see you on the next one. Again, I'm Shaunalee, and this is my steady limp to retirement. And this is part of it.